adamantius, the largest rattlesnake on the planet. And that's why you'll find a snake. Oh! At any point, either myself or my cameraman is going to be in somewhat serious peril. Look at these beautiful big boas we got. Man, she's getting huge. You can call me a pansy, you can call me whatever you want. Say it to my face, boy. I'll smack it. That is a classic position of, hey bud, get a little closer. See what happens, mate. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another very exciting video. Kind of a, well, you'll figure out what type of video it is once we're doing the video, but we're in the snake room, and I got a big snake hook out, which can only mean one thing. We're gonna be dealing with our big, lovely, native Eastern Diamondback rattlesnake. I'm just gonna say it this way. Before we get the snake out, I just wanna say, I'm not exactly sure our future with this snake. I'm trying to find a way to relocate it, maybe rehome it, but I'd preferably like to relocate it. I know it's a different permit. I've just kind of been feeling bad for the snake lately. The snake hates me, has a tough time eating. I'm not gonna force feed the snake. And I'm also not just gonna sit here and keep the snake until, you know, the inevitable happens. Anyways, we'll get into that. We'll solve that problem later. Today we're just gonna take her out, take a good look at her, talk about her a bit, and maybe game plan, brainstorm a bit on what we think we should do with her in the future. Young lady out here. Now you guys remember when we first got her, she really was not too badly tempered, but the longer we've had her, now it might be because she's hungry, but lately she's been really grumpy. I'm very surprised she's not rattling right now. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get her up, put her on this trash can, we're gonna take a good look at her, talk about her a bit, hopefully keep her nice and calm. We're just gonna game plan because I'm not big on taking animals out of the wild, so I am feeling quite guilty. But let's go ahead and get her out. Now these Eastern Diamondback rattlesnakes, as I'm sure you guys know, the largest rattlesnake on the planet. Now she's not a monster by any means, but she is a big animal, probably about 4 feet long, big old head, big fangs, and a monster venom yield. That is what makes these snakes so dangerous. I'm gonna try to keep her nice and calm. Try to do it nice and gently here. She is a wild animal, so we do need to be very careful with her. So she's pissed off. I'm not big on double hooking snakes, but a snake that hates me this much, it's not a bad move. And she could easily deal a strike that will change your life forever, if not make your life no more. So we really want to be careful with her. Oh yeah. There's our big girl Lola, Eastern Diamondback rattlesnake. Now let me readjust for a bit here. It's tough filming with this snake in the snake room, you guys, because she is such a big rattlesnake that at any point, either myself or my cameraman is going to be in somewhat serious peril, and I do my best to keep it myself, but she's an angry little gal. I'm going to try to redirect her so I can take a look at her. The Eastern Diamondback rattlesnake, adamantius, the largest rattlesnake on the planet, the largest pit viper in North America, one of the deadliest snakes in the whole country, native to South Florida and the whole southeastern United States, cousin of the Western Diamondback rattlesnake, of course. The Western, a little more iconic, hey mama, but this Eastern Diamondback is by far the more intimidating adversary, getting larger, bigger venom yield, just a very serious snake. Doing my best to keep this snake away from my cameraman and away from myself. Like I said, guys, small snake room, it is tough. And that's another part of the reason I love this snake. She is so cool. I got you, I promise. She's such a cool animal, but the problem is the safety is a big issue. It's a small snake room. Yeah. So the issue for me, you guys, it's never safe to keep a venomous snake, but it's another level when the snake is unhappy. Our goal as reptile keepers, as animal keepers, is to have happy, healthy animals. The snake's not happy. And it's tough for me knowing that I have a snake. Like, it's one thing if my snake hates me, but it's another thing if my snake is unhealthy and unhappy. The snake doesn't have to like me, that's no big deal. But when she's refusing food, when she's constantly rattling, trying to bite, not only is it dangerous, but it's sad, you know? Like, this snake, she came from the wild, and the situation was unfortunate, but I'm working on getting the permit or getting someone who has the relocation permit to help me with the project, because I think it would be more rewarding to return her to the wild. As much as I would love to give her a good home here, she doesn't seem interested. So unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to find a new home for her. Hopefully that home will be in the wild. So guys, you tell me, you drop a comment below, you let me know. I obviously would love to keep her. This is one of my favorite snakes I've ever owned in my life. And you can see she's not unhealthy. She's not losing weight, but I can't help but feel a little guilty knowing this was a wild animal, that she's sitting here and hating me. It sucks. I know I use the word sucks a lot, and that's kind of a low IQ word, but some things just suck, you know what I mean? It's when I got this snake, it was one of the happiest moments of my life, but you slowly start to realize that I might be being a little bit selfish by keeping this animal inside instead of where she could be in nature. And she's not a bad snake, you know? She's defensive, but she's not aggressive. She's never struck at me unless I was handling her poorly. So, you know, it is what it is. So like I said, drop a comment, guys. Let me know if you think we should keep her, if we should try to release her. Maybe give her a few more weeks to try to eat some food before we make that decision. But realistically, it's been weighing on me pretty heavily, so I'm not sure what we're gonna do. Man, look at her, fired up, ready to go. That is a classic position of, hey bud, get a little closer, see what happens, mate. Now, it might look like I'm a little closer, guys. I'm zoomed in. I promise you, I'm not within strike range right now. But it is a very, very intimidating sight and an iconic sound, that eastern diamondback tail. My, oh my, sweet cherry pie. Is she a beautiful snake. Wow, a South Florida icon. We're going to go ahead and put her back carefully. But dude, she is a stud. Alrighty, just using the old water trick to slowly, carefully get our lovely lady. Hey! Excuse me, ma'am. Why don't you go back in there, please? Man. And like you guys, like I said, guys, as much as she's a grumpy snake, she's not ill-tempered. She's just defensive. She's a wild animal that's been brought into a non-wild situation. And she doesn't know what to do about it. She's confused. She's scared. I can't help but feel for her. You know, I wish that I could. I wish I could do more for her. And that's what we're in the process of doing. We're gonna figure out a way to make this snake happy. Whether it's getting some feeder rabbits finally. We've been really working on getting feeder rabbits. I tried scenting with bigger rabbits. It didn't work. We tried quail. It didn't work. We've been trying lots of different things. Big rats didn't work. Live prey didn't work. It's a process. I'm not giving up on the snake. I'm not saying we're gonna release her. Obviously I can't release her without proper permits, which we're working on. Hopefully we can make it work, get her a bigger cage, make her happier. Until then, guys, drop a comment. Let me know what you think, because you guys might know better than I do. That's what's so great about YouTube, is we can help each other. You can watch, you can say, hey, my friend did this, my friend did this, I've heard this, blah, blah, blah. You never know. So drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think. I've said it about 100 times. Go ahead and let me know. So we're just gonna kill some time now. The main focus of this episode was, of course, our rattlesnake, young Lola. We're trying to figure out what to do with her. But we got lots of other snakes to take care of, too. So we're going to go ahead and get out a little Wagler viper, which I don't think we've named yet. Have we? Am I tripping?
No,
We haven't named it yet? Another thing you guys need to comment. A name for our lovely Wagler viper. I've asked you before, but I'm looking to be blown away by the creativity, okay? I want something you ain't never heard. Drop a comment. Most liked comment a week from now, we'll call that the name of the snake. Deal? You guys gotta hold me to it, because I'm forgetful. She's keen to bite. Look at her. She's real keen to bite. And she's a big enough snake that strike range could be a serious issue. Temple vipers are some of the more, I don't even know what word I'm looking for. That's because I only know like 12 words, but damn is she pretty. Out of all the super exotic looking vipers, other than maybe the Mangshank viper, this has got to be one of the craziest looking snakes out there. They don't really make them like this anymore, do they? Well, obviously they do because I have one, but it's incredible. The Temple vipers, the Wagler's vipers. Remember, a lot of these snakes are from our boy J&B Exotics. We said all there is to be said about her in previous videos. She's absolutely beautiful, still a young snake. So we've got a lot of glowing up to do. She's gonna get much prettier. Absolute stud. One of my favorite snakes I've ever owned in my life. Whew. The Wagler's viper. Not a deadly bite. A common theme in the snake room, guys. Not a fun bite. No venomous snake's a fun bite. I don't care if it's not deadly. Oh, it won't kill you. It's no big deal. Listen here, brother. There will be complications. It is not gonna be fun. It's never a smooth ride. My grandfather was bitten 13 times, I believe. So far, I'm at 0. We're trying to keep it at 0, but yeah, knock on that Ipe wood cage there, man. But that's why we're careful. That's why we got 2 hooks. We got a small snake room here, guys. I'm not in a serpentarium, so whoa! Once I'm in a serpentarium, things might change, but until then, we're double hooking these little vipers. You know why? You can call me a pansy, you can call me whatever you want. Say it to my face, boy. I'll smack you. So we're gonna put her back. Just a nice little showing off of our little Temple vipers here. Slowly but surely, put her back in the cage. That's the only problem with 2 hooking. They got 2 things to grab onto, but she loves her little tree. Once we get a bigger vivarium, we're gonna put some squams in here. She's gonna go into a bigger cage. Shout out Will Nace. Check out our gnarly northern pine snake, patternless northern pine snake. Now this guy is very grumpy all the time, but look at those eyeballs. You can see, I'm going in there with a hook only because I do not want to get bitten. Look at those eyeballs. His eye caps are almost completely clouded over, which means he's about 2 days away from shedding. Some of you might not know, when these snakes shed their skin, a thin layer of liquid actually goes underneath their whole entire body. And then once they're ready to shed, dries out, sheds off. And that's why you'll find a snake. Oh! What the heck's up with him? That's why you find snake sheds that are actually bigger than the snakes themselves, because they stretch out before they shed them off. So you find a 6.5 foot snake shed. It's probably from about a 6 foot snake, maybe even a 5.5 foot snake. Fun fact. We're not gonna bother him though. He already hates us enough. Not much more going on in this video, y'all, to be honest with you. Quick little feeding with my boy George. You just quiet down there. Feeding my boy George, and we're gonna feed this grumpy little boa up here. And we're actually gonna feed Stone's boa too. We're gonna do a little outro, call it a day. How's that sound? Get it, George. Hey, get out of the water. Look at that boy. My first snake I've ever had. For those of you that don't know, this is George. My candy cane corn snake. I've had him for over a decade on and off. When I moved to Florida, I did have to get rid of him for a little bit, but he's back with Papa. Look at that little guy eating the chick. He's a good boy. Hey, dingus. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Well, hopefully he figures it out. Look at that guy. Chowing down. You freaking goofball, dude. It looks like Dingus finally figured out that chewing on a chick while underwater is not a good idea. But boy, I need to clean your glass, buddy. And look at this champion. Taking that thing down like no problemo. That's a good boy, George. You love the chick, man. I know you do, buddy. And then, of course, the lovely Adrian leaving her boyfriend alone while he eats. Gotta keep an eye on these two, because Adrian is a bit greedy. But look at these beautiful big boas we got. Man, she's getting huge. Hate to say it, but that's the end of this one. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had fun. We had fun. Always fun in the snake room. Remember, 2 comments you need to leave me. 1, what's your opinion on what we need to do with this Eastern Diamondback rattlesnake? As animal lovers, you can probably relate to how I'm feeling. It's tough because you want to give the animal the best life possible, but the best life possible is most likely not in my snake room. Legally, we have an issue. We're going to figure it out though. Second comment, Wagler's viper. What should we name her? Lots of fun options. Top comment, a week from today, you're the winner. Remember to hold me to it. I'll make sure I go back and double check, but I'm pretty forgetful, so work with me here, guys. Until then, I got snake poop to clean, I got rattlesnakes to calm down, I got dogs to feed, we got chores all over the place. We're gonna get to it. We love you. Have a beautiful day. Depending on what day it is, enjoy your weekend. We'll see you very soon. But until then, drop some comments, brainstorm with me a bit, because you guys know just as well as I do. Yeah, Jesus Christ. But until then, like I said, drop a comment, because you guys might know better than I do. Is this what's the great... So until then, guys...